Hey everyone. So we've been back from our walk this morning for a little while. Been back long enough to do a little bit of housework, and it's getting close to noon, or it is. It's actually just a little afternoon, and I'm getting ready to do a grocery order for today, and then do some schoolwork before we go to town this afternoon to get that grocery order. And I just wanted to hop on here and say what an inspiration this morning's walk was. It was wonderful. It was so beautiful out there this morning. The sun on the lake and just all the beautiful green trees all around. I absolutely am just so thankful that spring has finally come. I love spring. I love summer. I can tolerate fall, but fall depresses me a little bit because I know winter is coming, and winter is my least favorite season. It really kind of depresses me, but that's neither here nor there. That's a side trip. To get back on the main highway here, I just wanted to say that it was very inspirational and something that I have been thinking a lot about here lately, and kind of, I guess it was just that energized feeling that I had whenever I got home from the walk. Um, I made a decision to just not have anything sweet here at the house. And now I want to say I know I've told you guys that I have three teenage children, and I do not want my teenage children to feel as though they're being deprived of something just because I kind of have to deprive myself of it. So I did talk with them about it, and they're fine with it. It's not a no never. It's a no not all the time. That's what it is with the sugar. It's not no never. I've tried that before. It doesn't work. What happens is you get to the point where you want something sweet. Or okay, I won't say you. I'll say me. We. I. Me, myself, and I. I get to the point where I want something sweet so badly that I will then fall so hard off of that teetotally no sugar wagon that um, I seriously overconsume. Then I feel overwhelming guilt and I feel defeated. And then I fall back into a pattern that is very unhealthy. So no more teetotaling it. I'm not going to say no, never. It just doesn't need to be in my house. If we're going to have it um, occasionally, have it out somewhere, or if I'm going to bring it into the house, it needs to be a single serving option. Like if you want ice cream, a pint of ice cream. Or if I'm creating something chocolate, maybe just a single chocolate candy bar, a single serving um, occasionally. But it can't be here all the time. There can't be Oreos and chocolate chip cookies and donuts and things like that always in the pantry to go get, because I will go get them. And it's almost like an addiction. Um, I am a former smoker. I smoked for several years and finally quit. It's been over 5 years ago. I don't know, probably about 8 years ago now that I quit smoking. And I I'm not going to sit here and tell you I did it cold turkey, that I had, or that I did it on my own. I used Chantix to quit, and it actually took 2 rounds of Chantix to get me to finally be able to completely give it up. And I now can just think about a cigarette and I'm grossed out. Mm. But I know how difficult that is to do, and I know what a real addiction feels like, because nicotine is incredibly addictive, and I can make definite parallels. There are definite connections between the way I feel towards sugar and the way I felt, how I remember feeling when I was going through nicotine withdrawal on the multiple times that I did try to quit on my own. And so while giving up cigarettes, once you're able to give them up, with me it took Chantix, but once I was able to give them up, it's not something that anybody needs. Nobody needs a cigarette. And so it was easy after that. After they were gone, I didn't want to have anything to do with them, didn't need to have them around me. If I do have to be around it, I try not to be, I try not to be that person that's all uppity over it, but um, it doesn't entice me in the least. If I have to be around someone who is smoking, you know, it doesn't entice me to want to do it with them. Eating, completely different. Okay. You cannot just stop eating, and you can't completely stay away from it. And sugar, while nobody has to have sweets, okay, like sweet treats, sugar is insidious in our food production and in the food products that are available to us. Sugar has been snuck into things that you wouldn't even imagine that there is sugar in. And so I don't have the time or the bandwidth to look at every single nutrition label and just ban sugar altogether from my life. I don't have the bandwidth to do it. But what I can do is make sure that there isn't any, let's like blatant sugar, like, you know, cookies and brownies and donuts and what have you in the house. And I think that will be a big step towards reaching some of my goals, because when it comes to eating other regular type foods, I don't have any trouble with that. I don't want to overeat green beans. I don't want to overeat, you know, chicken breast or whatever. I'm not driven to eat those things. There's not that addictive type drive, but with sugar there is. And so that is a decision that I have made. I have, and I want to get more, I want to get in more physical activity, because these walks that my husband and I have gone on today, I, I, I was the least amount out of breath that I have ever been, and I enjoyed it more than I have recently. And I want to get back to a place where I really enjoy the walks, where I enjoy hiking. I used to love to go hiking, used to love it. And now I'm not even sure if I could go on a real hike. I want to get back to that. Being out in nature, being able to enjoy the beauty of nature. Um, I want to get back to that. And so as I'm turning the page, those are my next steps. Those are my next chapters, y'all. And I'm really looking forward to it. A real quick correction, because I'm getting to be an older lady who doesn't see well. When I told you in that first segment how far I had walked, how many steps, I was way off, y'all. I wasn't anywhere near. I'm ashamed to tell you how far off I was. So I'm not gonna. Just know that I accidentally lied to you there. We wound up with close to 5,000 by the end of the walk, but we hadn't walked that many yet. So stepwise, I was way off there because I didn't read my watch correctly. I couldn't hardly see it. But at any rate, wanted to make sure to make that correction. I may try to get some footage of this afternoon's walk in the park that we're gonna try to get in, and if I do, I'll try to add it in here somewhere. But otherwise, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you listening. Um, I don't have a lot of subscribers yet, so if this content is at all entertaining or inspiring, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And if you have some kind words of inspiration of your own to leave, please do so. And if you want me to share the words of inspiration that you leave, let me know, and I absolutely will. So until next time, when you join me, Jennifer, for Turning the Page, you guys have a great day.